So I've been in Trinidad now for, I guess, about 3 weeks, I think. I've got another 2.5 weeks. We're going to Tobago in a few days. We'll be there for a little while. Be my first trip to Tobago as well. The country is Trinidad and Tobago. It's two major islands and then a few really small ones. And we're here working with the Guppy Project, where we are working as biologists and doing a lot of field work, and then processing the fish. The fish are marked with a color code that is injected under the skin, and then read via microscope in the lab. So we go out on a typical field day, hike. I don't know. It's probably 4 to 6 kilometers, I would guess. At all of the sites, we have to hike down from where we park the car, down a really steep slope, down to the river. Or, I mean, if I saw these outside, knowing that they're called rivers, I would refer to it as a stream. They're typically less than knee deep. There are some pools that are much deeper than that. And in some of the locations, we have to actually hike up the stream, like in the water. And so we have a few places where we're the shorter people on the crew are up to their chest in water as we hike with these giant backpacks. It's kind of funny. They're actually out in the field now. I sprained my ankle a little bit the last time we went out a couple of days ago, and so I'm taking today off from that. I don't want to push it too much and cause trouble. I don't want to cause trouble for them, and I don't want to injure myself more. It's very uneven, very rocky, very steep, as I mentioned, and there's a lot when we're hiking in the water and we're just somewhere in the line, and the water is really muddy from all the people kicking through it, and then it's impossible to see logs and rocks and stuff. So there's a lot of danger of actually twisting your ankle or something. I'm surprised there aren't more injuries, actually, but I suppose it's all down to me being a little long in the tooth. This morning I woke up and got out of bed around 7:30, I guess, and the morning chorus is going. All of the birds are waking up, and there's a little village here. So in the background you can see the house where I'm staying, and then I'm downstairs at the other house right now. I was given a few little jobs, little fix-it jobs to do here, because I'm home while they're away. So the field work day is usually about 10 to 12 hours, I think, because they have to drive really slow on the road out there because the road is unbelievably bad. Some of the most difficult driving that I've seen, anyway. I haven't driven it, of course, but Rosanna has tried driving, and it was an adventure. But it's a pretty good setup here, actually. They've been doing this for 15 years, and so they have they have everything down pat. It's really surprising um, how few fish die in this process, because we go out, we'll fish the river all day, um, putting the fish into these plastic bottles, big plastic bottles, and um, marked by exactly where they are, which stretch of the stream that they're in. Um, well, the day starts off with stretching a tape measure down from the topmost portion that we're going to fish down to the bottommost portion, and then we keep track of which pool or riffle the fish are caught in. That's all very carefully documented um, in a book, and then written on the outside of the bottle, and then there's also a little tag that's put into the bottle that has all of this information on it. Then we pack it all up, and we hike out of there with, each of us is carrying probably 8 to 10 liters of water or something like that, and a little bit of gear. So the packs are pretty heavy. It's maybe 10 to 15, almost 20 kilo, depending on who it is. Some of the really strong guys take more equipment, more, like, I don't know, machetes, and they'll take more of the bottles too. And then, yeah, so we hike it out of there, drive all the way back. It takes about 45 minutes or so to drive back to the house. Um, Back in the lab, we mix up this concoction of what they call med water, which the fish are put into, and that's a sort of medicated water that they are to help treat them for some of the parasites and diseases and stuff that they deal with. And then the following day, then there's a mix of an anesthetic that is mixed up, and fish are put in there 4 at a time from the tanks. Um, they are read under a microscope so that we get a color code, and the person on the microscope will read the color code, and then to a person on the data sheet, who can then look up that fish, all of the pre-marked fish. They can find the fish that have been marked, and then we record their current weight and any notes about any kind of change, if the fish is missing part of its tail, or has intestinal parasites, or pregnant or something. Guppies are ovoviviparous, which means that they give birth to free swimming young. The eggs hatch inside the female, and then the young are pooped out and free swimming. So we process all of these fish. They're all photographed as well. Whenever fish are found that have not been marked, then they are marked, and that's kind of a tricky process with such small fish, but there are constantly people being trained. The current station manager, research manager, I'm not sure exactly what her title is. She's been here for 10 years or something, for a really long time. She's very extremely experienced, and really knows her stuff. She's great at training people too. So she trains everybody on the scope, and trains people in using the cameras to photograph every fish, and trains everyone on how to enter data and stuff. And then the fish are transferred back into aquariums, and then the day after that, then they're bottled up and brought back into the field and dumped into the same pools where they came from. So it's a 3-day process for each stream. They do one recapture like this at each stream every, I think, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah, it works out to basically once a month, I think. Um, so yeah, I won't get out to all of the streams again, I think, before I have to leave and go back to Iceland, because I'm just here on vacation. this is this is the first time I've done volunteer work, and it is great. I am absolutely loving this whole experience. I mean, I hate mosquitoes, but yeah, being in the tropics really does appeal to me, and yeah, having hummingbirds flying around my head all the time is pretty neat. uh, yeah, no, it's been a really good experience, and I feel like this is where I want my life to go. I'm bored of sitting in one place all the time, and people don't really understand that I feel this way, and they think, well, but Eric, you have this great job, really good paying, high paying job. I've just built a house, and the house is okay, but it's in an amazing location. But I don't know. I'm sick of living in Iceland, to be honest with you, and I'm going to move. Um, and I think I'm going to. I mean, now that I found Rosanna, and I don't have to do it by myself 100%, then this is my time to go. That means I will miss a lot of my kids' lives, which really sucks. But I'm hoping that they will come visit me in some of these places I go to, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to visit them wherever they go. I really have a lot of faith that they're going to go out and do amazing stuff. And I don't feel afraid for them. I don't feel afraid of losing them. I know that they love me, and I definitely love them. But yeah, this experience has changed me a good bit. I think it's made me more certain that I need to go out and do something different. But it's all very positive. I feel happier than I have in a long, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how long. But yeah, definitely feel happier doing this than what I've done before. Iceland's been fun, but sometime soon my house will sell and I'll be gone. Stay tuned. Who knows what's going to happen next?